Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday. I didn't post yesterday. I didn't post. Anyway, um, yeah, you love my shirt, don't you? It's it's got a sloth on it. It says "Do not disturb." Don't you just love that? This book. Well, I'm halfway. I think halfway into chapter 6. Halfway into chapter 6. This book here, it's okay. Sometimes it's hard for me to read the small print. You know what I mean? It's a comic book style. It's the new comic book type. You know, when I was younger, yeah, when I was a kid, I never really cared for comic books. Ever did was read what I was forced to read at school and watch TV when I got home from school. And I did that until I went to bed and then started up the next day. I went back to hell, and that's what I considered school. I hated school. I hated school. It goes by very fast, but with me with having vision issues, because a lot of times I have to do this, to read, so it's hard. But anyway, this book that I'm reading, for my what do you call it? Mid-month, not my mid-month, but my mid-year resolution, along with my physical TBR. It makes me feel bad because the mother ends up going into an institution for over the summer. And when we're young, we all know that summer is like forever, A a day is forever. So we can only remember that the summer is like an eternity. Really. So yeah, I'm by this weekend, but I didn't get done. So I'm hoping by this weekend I'll have it done because my deadline is approaching. Because today, after all, today is Tuesday, the 24th. Yeah, it's approaching. This book, Green Lights. Yeah, I have beef jerky holding the thing together. I'm in part 4. I'm enjoying it. And reading that book actually makes me appreciate Matthew McConaughey and his other various roles. In fact, Sunday I watched that movie right there. I watched that movie with him in it. That one was good. I'd probably give it maybe 3 out of 5. It kept my attention. It really did. And I was thinking, because I think is it on Prime or is it on Hulu? But We Are Marshall. I was thinking about watching that this week sometime. So that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been doing. I haven't been, no. You guys have a great day. I'm hoping to see you tomorrow. Have a terrific day, and I'll see you later. Bye. Well, good morning, everybody. Today is finally Wednesday. A couple of things that happened last night. Cass, yeah, she broke a window. I mean, it's there. I taped it up. I gotta find it's a storm window. It's an outside storm window. So I gotta find a replacement. Well, for the meantime, I taped it up. I got through, I think, I got closer to being done with that book right there. I did. It's really surprising me. It's kind of like a memoir, I think, because the way that she's describing it, she's going back to her childhood. And all of a sudden, either it's the next page or it's the next chapter, she's married to a guy named Richard, right? And now I am reading about her going through the tunnel of life. She was very unhappy with herself through the time that she was growing up. with her mother, and now she's married, and she's projecting all this. She's pretty much in a rocky marriage too. I mean, she really is. It's sad. I mean, Miss Fenmore has a way of pulling the reader in slowly, but pulling them in nonetheless. She's pulling me in. I give the book at least a 4. So I should be almost done with the book tonight, if not tomorrow. Yeah. And then I can work on my other books. I wanted to let you know something about myself. One of the principles that my mother taught me is to be close to God, have a relationship with God. And I do. I have one. And it's important to me. It's important to me that I meditate every day, at least 15 minutes. I used to do this when I worked for a minivan drive company. You know, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. By 5:30, I was out the door. So by 4:30, I already had the coffee running and all that stuff. And I was able to meditate for a good half hour to an hour every single morning. And I did my prayer and all that. My mother always taught me and told me, you know, when prior to her passing away, she told me that she was proud of me that she had instilled that into me. In the morning, I usually meditate in my mother's chair to be closer to her. Throughout time, I'm sitting in her chair more often because I want to be close to her. I finally made my bed last night. I give that to my mother. I really do. I remember when Cass was so young. I mean, I went through the sheets like mad crazy. I did. She was always clawing at him, you know. She was. But anyhow, editing Kelly, do not delete any of this. That was my reflection of a lot of things. So, yeah, I do all of this to keep me sane, I guess. I'm going to finish up that one book. I should do it by tonight, if not tomorrow, depending on how much I push myself. And you guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. If it's raining by you, stay comfortably cool and safe. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Well, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday. I have a couple of things I want to mention. Number one, I got done with that book. Yeah, I did. I got done with the book here. The Beyond the Darkness. Oh my gosh. You know, if you watch my channel, you know that it takes me a while to read. I'm a slow reader. I can read anywhere up from 22 to 30 pages a day. And I think I left off at 97. I think it was chapter 12. And then there was 146 pages yet, including the epilogue. I did read that too. Point being is that I did complete the book. And actually, I looked for more books from the author. There aren't any, as far as I can tell. But my point is that, yeah, when I was reading the book, there were so many different types of visuals that were coming to me, or memories, if you will. One of them is my mother. My mother always told me, or instilled into me, to have a good faith, that there is a God, and my faith with him is only growing as I grow older. There were certain passages in that book that made me realize my walk, or my journey as being a Christian. Secondly, there were passages in that book reminding me of my family, reminding me of my mother. It's a good book. I rated it 5. I did. It deserves it. And at the bottom of this, my Goodreads will be in there anyway, so is green lights, and then also trying to finish believes in God and believes in the life after. You go through a tunnel and you go through, what your life was. You have your life flash by you. At least that's what I read in the book. I believe it. I do. My mother, prior to her passing away, she had told me that she was afraid. I mean, she wasn't afraid of dying. She was afraid of what God would think of her. It's like, did I do enough in my life? Was I good enough? That kind of thing. And I'm like, she has a point. She does. She has a point. We're always striving to be the best of ourselves. We really are. So, anyway, there was at least, I want to say, a good 10 chapters. It's only 20 chapters. So it's a good 10 chapters worth of realizing the afterlife, what your purpose is, being thankful for all around you, including yourself. So that's the synopsis of that book. I really enjoyed it. So I'm not sure what I'm reading next month. I wanted to finish it up before next month. Most likely I will be doing that on Friday the 3rd and see what we can come up with. I really don't know. I think it was 100 some books, or close to 100 some books that I have in my in the house. So I've got plenty to read. Plus library books that are free to borrow. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. I literally will see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Good morning, everybody. Today is finally Friday. But in the meantime, I'm also reading this one right here. Last night, I think I got into chapter 3. It's called, Una Out of Order. At first, I was like, it's 1983, and I think it's 1983. And the ball drops, and then she wakes up to 2015. She doesn't realize it's 2015 until she has her assistant tell her it's 2015. It's like, okay, it's it's a retelling of going to the future. The very end of the book, does that mean that she's going to go back into 1983 or 1984 rather, or 1980, and relive her life? I mean, do her life, or what? And then the moment that it's progressing, it seems like this is, a moment of her life, a passage of her life. So every New Year's Eve, this happens to her. So the following day, New Year's Day, she's in a new year. And I was thinking, okay, if that's the case, then, and you have a letter from 2015. So my question is that the next time you leap, kind of like Quantum Leap back in the day, and it's in book form, but it's a different, different type of setting. Quantum Leap was Sam, I think it was. It's a bit like Quantum Leap in that theory. You're going to different years of your life. And nobody knows about this except her assistant and her mother.
Yeah, I would really, 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 really forget. But it's a good book so far. It really is. I never, ever, ever thought I would like this type of book.
You guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. If it's raining by you, stay dry. Yeah, exactly. Stay dry. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a terrific weekend. See you tomorrow. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Have a terrific day. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Stay cool. Stay dry. I'll see you then. Bye.